Hmm. Greetings and salutations, dear beautiful souls. So much love, light, gratitude, appreciation. Mhm. Explanation point of joy. So, Elf decided to wear this beautiful, 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 beautiful. Look, I even have an elf hat. A rainbow, 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 rainbows, rainbows, rainbows. Because we're all colorful. All right. Speaking of colorful and dreams, let's see if we can do this. Okay. Go, focus, Fox. So, some nights ago, time is irrelevant for the elf. So, some nights ago, let me start off with elf lucid dreams, but elf's lucid dreaming has been like way more realistic than before. So in this dream, there was a space that elf has never really physically been to yet. Very woodsy. There was a couple of buildings, almost like an encampment. And off the side where it started, where Elf tapped in, let's put it that way, where Elf actually tapped in and became more conscious of, ooh, this is something going on here. Elf found herself lying on the grass underneath a table. Yeah, can't make this up. Lying on the grass underneath a table at a like a farmer's market or a flea market, kind of per se. Beautiful sunny day. Unknown woman, lady, stands over Elf from her legs sticking out from underneath the table. She stands over and she's like, "What are you doing here? Like, why are you doing this?" You know. So Elf pops up. Dream shifts to the building, one of the main buildings that takes place in a lot of this, where there was like a prison cell. There was like four or five men in this prison cell, but the cell was open. Like the prisoners had free to roam. Then the elf is guided with the one lady and another yogi friend that is recognizable by the elf. We go down to this riverbank, and it's quite the cliff, the drop off to get to the water. And we're down there, and we find a cave. We're in a cave, and the one lady and I are, in a way, the best way for Elf to describe it is elemental magic. And I have a pyramid of lapis lazuli given by a very, very awesome good friend. Elf transformed itself into the actual pyramid and was within the pyramid, but just my essence per se, my spirit was within there. And I was floating just above the water. So pyramid, stone pyramid above the water. And it was upright for a hot minute, and then we turned it upside down, and I was hovering over the water. This other yoginian came through and started saying something and distracted Elf to where back into the body I came. And the other lady was beautifully harnessing all the elements, and she had them upon her arm, or arms, let me put it that way, because she had them on both arms. So she had fire, she had water, she had earth, and they were all in like sacred geometry forms upon her. And I was like, wow, I want to do that. Why can't I do that? Then we shift, and we're in this other part of the cave. And she pulls out this large laser, this really cool laser thing. And this other gentleman that was one of the prisoners appears. And he's like, what are you doing? What is this thing? And she's like, it's okay, it's a laser. Jesus used one of these. So I'm just quoting. Just quoting. And she's like, we're using it to open up the seal for a portal. So while she's working on this laser, the gentleman shares some flower smoke with me, and I could taste the smoke, I could smell it, I could feel it. And it's been a while. It's been a while for Elf to be partaking in the happy flowerness. So it was a little bit of probably back there, kind of bringing it into my dreamland. So, but the gentleman was so distracting that Elf had to usher the man away. And when I came back, we were trying to start a fire. So Elf lays upon her stomach on the ground and was trying to blow some air into the fire to feed the fire, to get it to go. But it didn't want to work. Then Elf, I don't know where, literally don't know how to where, Elf starts speaking dragon in what we would call light language. And yeah, I would love to repeat all that, but I'm going to save it maybe for some other video. Because there's more important that came on. So, in this, speaking of the form of light language dragon, Elf shapeshifts into this beautiful, 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 like sapphire blue, which is funny because that's one of my names on Facebook, dragon. And the lady that was, the elemental lady, we'll call her at this point, she was standing next to me and was just like, what's going on? You know, as I literally shapeshift into this beautiful dragon. And to protect the lady in my dragon form, I take my wing and I kind of shield her as I start to bring up the fire breath and start breathing fire, like a volcano kind of breathing fire. It's awesome. Towards this portal seal. I'd say about 3 or 4 good fire breaths that Elf can recall in this shape. Then I shift to where I'm back up top in one of the compound buildings. And there's a whole bunch of people, like, I don't know, it's like, I don't know where from where. And Elf is guiding them to leave the premises because we're about to take the earth and where the cliff was to push it down to open up that portal seal even more, to literally unbury it, and you know, to get them all to safety. And they were supposed to get on this like school bus, and there was a few that were stragglers hanging out in the stairwell going, no, we're safe, we just want to watch up here. And I'm like, no, not safe, not safe, because you know, land shifts and we're not sure if the building's going to go with it. So we get them to safety, and the elf starts, I don't know, the best way to form this is to my comprehension, is like an airbender but an earthbender. And literally just hands, just with the energy, pushing the beautiful earth into the water and pulling the trees and other plants to relocate safely and not just to dump them into the water. And that was pretty intense, and literally could see. It was so realistic, like I'm speaking to you right now, kind of realistic. Um, and of course, I pop out to the dream. But yeah, so with the breakdown of that, because let's break that down. Let's break that down for a bit. This is definitely something that the elf has done. Not in dreamland, that is aware of the elf. This never happened in any of my dreams, at least consciously. But definitely it was a timeline jump. Was it a past? Was it soon to be present? That'd be a grand gift. But it stirred something within the elf, saying, especially becoming the dragon, and feeling the physical, actual shape-shifting was really intense. At first, it was a little scary for Elf, but Elf realized, Elf's safe. Elf is doing what Elf needs to do. And then the Elf could actually feel within the gut the heat and fire building up when I was inhaling before I exhaled the fire. I got a kind of a glimpse of, you could see the fire glow within the belly of the dragon self. And that was like way cool. I just wanted to swear there, but we're not going to. But it was really, 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 really awesome. A couple of other dreams the elf has been having. The dreams are like so realistic. It's definitely like I'm traveling. I'm traveling, and it's lucid, but more lucid than ever before. Sleep lately. I think I sleep maybe in about an hour, 2 hours per rest period. And that's in a 24-hour period. Food intake. Elf is not eating as much. Elf is not as hungry as much. Elf is not as thirsty as much either. Which is kind of interesting and grand on all perspectives. In a live share with beautiful Genevieve last night, we were talking in the chat, and someone was saying, do you guys feel taller? And I'm like, yes! Like, Elf feels like, and has been in dreams too, where Elf is like, I'm tiny little elf. And then all of a sudden I'm like, whoop, giant size. So yes, Elf feels bigger, taller, growing in not just mental and emotional, but physical now ways. So it's beautiful. I love you all. Thank you for all being here. Elf loves you guys. Love bombs. Be well. Maybe I'll share more later.